Brodes Media.
When will this end? When is this going to stop? This is pathetic! We'll talk about it. If you are new to the channel, hello, welcome. We talk about Philly sports here. A lot of pain happening lately. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button as well. Welcome to the family. You can also take me on the road with you by checking out Sports Talk with Brodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. 5-star ratings and a review go such a long way with the algorithms. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And lastly, we do 8 live streams a month here on YouTube. If you join the membership down below, you get access to Coffee with Brodes 8 times a month. And you also get access to our Discord channel as well, where we break things down 24/7 with the chat room, with the whole membership. It's super fun. So if you're interested, all that is in the description down below. And all right, now it's time to talk about this devastation. Enjoy the show. I'm over it. I am over this. The Marlins were 44-75 prior to this shutout win. They shut you out 5-0. Yo, Rob, you told me this team can't wait to get back home and in front of this crowd. You know what they gave this crowd? A big old pile of shit. And the way that this crowd responded was perfect. I'll give you a little replay, okay? Boo! Boo! Taiwan in the first inning, couple of walks. You go down instantly. Of course you do. It's not like you got any help from the offense, though. Kyle, nothing. Trey, nothing. And defensively, what a stiff. If Rob had any stones, he should have yanked him out of the game and put Sosa in when he messed up another routine grounder. And I'm even going to get mad at him for the throw that JT had to gun out a runner late. And Trey can't apply a tag. That run comes around the score to make it 4-0. Trey, apply the tag. I'm not being too harsh. He's a liability defensively. And if Rob is just going to continue to trot him out there, nothing's going to change. It's not as if Bryson Stott's doing anything for you either, by the way. So Sosa better see himself in the lineup. And truly, it can't be for Stott, because then it's really not making a statement. Somebody needs to get pissed off. Get pissed. Make a decision that should piss someone off. Bench Trey. Bench somebody. Because this team has no fight. And unfortunately for you, Rob, they put you in a position where you have to be the one to try and get it out of them. What upset me more? Trey's defense or the amount of pop-ups I witnessed? Your 9-hole hitter is Johan Rojas, correct? Yes. He hits a double. We flipped the lineup over, which is great. That's the job. There was only 1 out in the inning at the time. Let me tell you how the rest of the inning went down. Kyle Schwarber, first pitch pop-up in foul territory to the third baseman. Super competitive. Sarcasm. And Trey Turner pops up to right field in foul territory. You guys want to talk about the 8th inning? Okay. Cal Stevenson, bottom of the lineup, gets out. All right, 8th inning, you're down 4 runs. You've done nothing all game long. Here's the top of your 1, 2, 3 inning. Flatlined. It's a joke. How about this part of the game? JT Realmuto up with Bohm on third, with Nick, who hit a ground rule double in the corner. It sucks it actually went over the wall, because if it stayed in the park, you were getting Bohm across home plate. But of course, when it rains, it pours, so Bohm has to go back to third. JT Realmuto, I looked it up on the ESPN box feed because I wanted to literally see exactly where the pitch was located and the speed. Okay, 78 mile per hour pitch over the literal middle of the plate. Popped up to second base. You couldn't ask for a slower pitch right there in the middle of the plate. Popping up. And then if they're not popping up, Brandon Marsh is striking out. He may get 800 strikeouts this season. I saw Tim Kelly of Phillies Nation tweet out that he had 29 strikeouts in 22 games since the All-Star break. And no lie, when I was scrolling on Twitter, I read it as he had 29 strikeouts in 22 at-bats, and I didn't even think twice about it. Obviously, that's physically impossible. He's been striking out at such an alarming rate. I went, oh, okay, that made sense. Then I kept looking at all the other nonsense stats that were going around. This team's 7-16 since the break. This team's differential since the break in runs is like minus 25. With their ERA, with their pitchers. This may be who they are, fellas. Rob said he's thinking about maybe making a change. We're getting there. Oh, okay. I was there 2.5 weeks ago, Rob. But no, you don't want to listen to me. This team is a disaster. Hey, happy birthday, Taiwan. Boo! That's what you deserve. You stunk. After you returned from the world's worst blister in human history, you walk a few, you allow a home run. Once again, though, your offense was non-existent. So it doesn't matter if you gave up one run. At the same time, you talked such a big game last season with how you were aggravated with not playing in the playoffs, and you followed that up with pure vomit. You suck. Maybe I would want Allard. Maybe I would want Tyler Phillips over you. 3 days ago, I said I'd at least take the vet for the long run. I'm not even sure anymore. I don't know. The hell does it matter? I mean, so if Allard gets just tattooed, this guy gets tattooed all the time. So what's the difference? Even though there was no run support, it's the way the energy shifts with how tragic he was so quickly. You could hear it in the angst with everybody who paid money to go to that game. And I heard Tom McCarthy say it on the broadcast about the sellout crowd. Please, this team doesn't deserve sellout crowds, especially in the middle of the week against a damn Marlins team. The Marlins blow. They are 30 games under 500, and they come into your ballpark and smack you around like you're a little bitch. That was one of the worst games all year. When you need it most. Rob was asked about how some of these veteran players are taking it, and he said, well, more frustrated than they were against Seattle and with some of the games out west. Why more? You should be just as. That means they weren't as pissed off as they should have been about the West Coast swing. They probably looked at the 4-6 record and said, well, we were one game different from going 500, so it actually wasn't that putrid. I swear to God, they probably felt that way. And no wonder why they're losers. No wonder why they're failing miserably, because their mentality is crap. They shouldn't be more frustrated. They should be the same amount of frustrated. They should be 12 out of 10. At least for the last week and a half. And I keep hearing for people calling for players-only meetings. Let me tell you this. I'm desperate. I'd do anything. When you go players-only meeting, you're toast. Let me know the last time, and I'm not saying there aren't any examples. I'm sure there are here and there throughout the history of sports. When you go players-only meeting, that's surrendering. Holy hell. You're telling me we got to shut the locker room door? Nobody's allowed to hear this and start reaming people? Yeah, no, we're done. We're done. The response to that, is it worth a shot? Because the trajectory right now is so brittle? Probably. I just don't like the optics of it because it reeks of, oh no. That's praying. That's your last move. Is it time yet for the last move? I'll say this. Players-only meetings should come after a major shakeup and a major benching. Not that I'm against it totally. We may truly get there. But Rob Thompson, like literally flipping out or making a crazy lineup change or benching somebody, that would be my first step. Players-only meeting is truly, we are in danger zone and we may not make it out alive. They are close to that. Let me be very clear. They are pretty damn close. But I still think there's a couple more buttons to press before you get to that last option. We'll see, though. We'll figure out maybe in the next upcoming week if they elect to take that path. Or maybe we won't even know. Maybe they do it secretly and we just never know, which would probably be what I prefer, because I don't think I'd handle it very well. So, once the manager stops accepting this Trey Turner dysfunction at shortstop, then maybe there'll be a sense of urgency. He'll just continue to trot him out there, huh? He can mess up in every way possible and nothing said to him. Dude. You're screwing up literally the most basic plays in baseball way too consistently. You can't play him at shortstop. It is damaging. The only way it's acceptable is if he's going to will you to victory for a long time, not just a cute little run. I need you for 145 games out of 162 of raking, of hitting 350 with power, too. That's how you make up for your piss-poor defense. But if I get a month and a half of good ball and the rest is nonsense, Trey, you're hurting the team. I still can't get over that tag. More people wanted to blame JT for the throw over at third. It hits the ump. It goes into the outfield. I'm telling you, go back and watch Trey Turner. When he got the ball in his glove, he went up with it prior to going down. And this isn't the first time I've recognized maybe a tag over at second base not being as smooth as we need it to be, which ultimately costs you. I had to watch Pache out there. Come on. And he came in here and helped beat you 5-0. No, I have no idea what the fuck he did. He came in after somebody got hurt on an amazing play on one of the pop-outs, which there were 50 billion of them. What a ridiculous effort from right field to get into foul territory, though. That's effort. That's maximum effort. Who plays like that right now on this team? Who takes the diamond every day with that attitude? I'd love to see it. Maybe early on, whenever they were down 2-0, you figured they win. Whenever they had that swag, yeah, maybe. But it's easy to play that hard when you have swag. It's easy. What's it like when you start to face something that's tough? And they cracked. The foundation is truly cracking. And it starts with Rob. Rob has a huge hand in the way this team shows up to the park every day. I heard it again tonight, postgame. I wanted to wait to hear him before recording, just in case. And I got a lot of blah, but he hit us with something very similar to this, and I'm paraphrasing, but, I believe in this team. They're a good team. We are going to get out of this. Hey, Rob, what are you going to do to help get this team out of it? Because I heard you say that 2 weeks ago, and we're in the same position. Literally, same exact position, with you saying the same exact phrase 2 weeks ago. So what can you do? Could you remove Turner from the game? Was that ever a thought in the moment, to sit his ass on the bench for a ground ball that hits his glove and he's so nonchalant about it, which he always is? When will the urgency come in, Rob? I need these answers, because this is a disgrace. What's not a disgrace is my friends over at Chris Gates Fitness. That's right. Today's show is sponsored by the online fitness training camp presented by Chris Gates Fitness. Near the end of August, there's weekly football pick'ems that are going to get started, and winners can get free supplements from Legion Athletics. And in September, there will be a step count challenge in the private training camp community where the winner will get a free walk pad treadmill. So if you're interested in getting brand new workout programs every month so you can achieve your health and fitness goals, fitness challenges every month to help push you to develop healthy habits, challenges within the community, and also access to live question and answers where you can get direct personalized support and support of a community of people who are encouraging one another every step of the way. Make sure you check out Chris Gates Fitness and his online training camp. The information is down below in the description. And if you use promo code Brodes, you get 50% off the first month, which is a no-brainer. You are going to be blown away with how much information and knowledge and the workout plans and the strategy behind it all. It is so perfect. Phillies baseball is not making me happy, but Chris Gates Fitness sure is. Make sure you join the family and check out all the information down below. ChrisGatesFitness.com/training camp with promo code Brodes. All right. You know what time it is. Time for the people. Let's get out the frustration, shall we?
It'd be different if we lost 5-0 to a team with competent pitching. But we just lost. I don't even know if it's going to be 5-0. I'm calling the ninth inning. But we just lost to a double-A, maybe even a single-A team in the Marlins against an absolute nobody throwing pitches as fast as my dead grandma could throw them. I mean, I probably could have went up there with my bare hand and hit a ball harder than the Phillies hit tonight. This is just a disgusting performance, and honestly, this team just looks dead in the water. I don't know what takes them out, but this team, I mean, if we actually go to the playoffs and play a good team in a 5-game, 3-game series, do you think we're winning against any of these teams?
No.
I mean, we look like the last-ranked team in this division, not the top-ranked team. This is just disgusting. I don't know how we pull ourselves out of this.
I don't think they do. They have the second worst record since the All-Star break, following the damn Chicago White Sox. Now, on that same graphic, the Atlanta Braves were in there, so I kept seeing Phillies fans say, see, you don't have to worry about the division. You just got to get hot. Dude, I can't take some of you. There was a caller on WIP today. I was driving around with my wife and my daughter, and I caught some of the afternoon show. I had to text Jack Fritz because I'm like, dude, these people want to make me bash my head against my window. The classic guy that goes, I don't even want them to win the division anyway, so they can get hot, not have to worry about sitting down for a series, and when two teams are playing one another, they're keeping their rhythm. I'm going, are you delusional? Are you delusional? You're telling me right now none of this is relevant. You're just waiting for the playoffs, thinking that they'll turn it around because, hey, they know how to win in the playoffs. They don't know how to win now, though. They don't know how to win now against a Marlins team that's 30 games under 500. But yet you're all good and dandy, and you don't even want them to win the division. Bro, if they lose the division, do you know how epic of a failure that is with these two teams in the Braves and Mets who are stinking too? Mets getting swept in Seattle. The Braves can't do anything this season. If they lose the division, they might not win another game the rest of the year. And if that's the case, you're going to feel good about them in the playoffs. Stop being so ridiculous. There's still a portion of you out there, and you make me sick. It's okay to say, hold on, this isn't right. Wait a second, we got major problems. This isn't a flow of a season anymore. This is a we may stink. We may stink. Stott, not good. Marsh, not good. JT, right now, not good. You're starting pitching. Nowhere even close to the beginning of the year. Your outfield that Dave was supposed to improve at the deadline, yo, there's a reason why I said he didn't do enough. He didn't do enough. Austin Hayes. Come on. At this particular time, Rojas might be outside of Castellanos, of course, but I'm saying in the Austin Hayes, Marsh category of people, Rojas might be your best bet. Hayes isn't even healthy, and Marsh is getting destroyed and can't even put the ball in play. I mean, I'm so desperate. I'm talking about him putting the ball in play now as a win. I watched him try and bunt first pitch. He pulls back. Then I watch him watch a breaking pitch go over right the heart of the plate. Doesn't do anything. Come on, man. I mean, I didn't see Randy Johnson out there. Were you guys watching Randy Johnson? All right. Was that Spencer Strider? Am I missing something? They can make anybody look like the greatest of all time, though. They got shut out. They're trying too much, clearly. They're trying to break out of this slump one swing at a time. Or maybe that's the wrong way to phrase it. But they're trying to get themselves out of the slump with one swing. Selfishly. Instead of collectively letting this thing roll. It needs to be contagious of good at-bats. Right now, it's the complete opposite. It's contagious, all right. Just nonstop throw up. When will it end? I beg of you. I need it to end Now, they're about to get swept by the Marlins in this 2-set. Yeah, they really are.
Brodes, this team is ass. Ass. I'm glad they're back in Philly, playing at home. And I hope they get booed all week. I hope they hear it in their fucking sleep. I hope they think about it when they try to sleep with their wives. I hope they're dreading that sound each time they sit down for a meal, just thinking like, oh God, we got to go in there and get booed because we're playing so bad. And they know, because we're the best fans in the sport, and they know if they're getting booed, they have upset the people that love them most. And I don't know, if you've ever disappointed the people that love you the most, it doesn't feel good. And I hope they're just sitting and they're just dreading it. They're dreading it all week. They deserve it.
I couldn't agree more. And that last sentence you said really resonates with me because since I'm bringing up what the outsiders are saying, and when I say the outsiders, I'm saying the Phillies fans that feel it's not time to freak out yet because there is enough baseball to turn it around and they're, quote, too good to play this bad forever, that it's our job to make this ballpark a place of joy. You want them to dread it. Me too. I thought you were going to say every thrust when they're late at night, that they're replaying some booze in their mind, which I wouldn't even be that aggravated if that was the case for them. They deserve it. It's not our job to just stand on our feet and clap when this is what they give us. We've tried. When Rojas is on second and Kyle and Turner are up, there's real life trying to get sparked in the building. But the fans who pay the hard-earned money can only do so much. If this is the product, it's totally justifiable for the fans to be dreading this, to hear a bunch of angst, to feel displeasure, to hear the boos. Come on, guys. Come on, fans. We got to rally behind them. No. Yo, come on, Phils. Play better ball. That's what it is. They play better ball, they get the love. They play bad ball, they get the hate. That's the gig. That's the job as a fan. And it has reached a point where everything they're hearing is okay. 7-16 since the break. 7-16 since the break. We're not doing this out of pocket where they're 14-12 in 26 games or something like that. I'm just throwing random numbers out there, and we're a little, not satisfied with maybe a 2-game over 500 span where we wanted 8 games over 500. We're only getting 1 or 2 games under 500, so we're blowing our gaskets. Like, no, that's not what it is. There's one team worse than you in all of the land. The Chicago White Sox. They're the only team worse than you since the break. It's not our job to try and manufacture life for them. They're getting paid a shit ton of money. If they can't bring life themselves, then your team isn't good enough. Then they're not who you thought they were. It shouldn't be on the 40,000 to inspire them to play baseball. They play baseball and inspire us to get shit-faced and scream and cheer and make it the best environment in all of sports. And yes, there are times where I think a little encouragement can go a nice way. But like I said, it's so disgusting that now we're pissed off and you got to hear it. It is. That's the way it goes. So I'm with you. I want them to hear it every time they're brushing their teeth, every time they're hopping in the shower, every time they're scrolling TikTok, my face pops up and starts going nuts. I want them to see it. Maybe it'll get them pissed off. They can actually do something the next time they show up to the field. Doubt it, though.
What's up, my man, Brodes? I mean, this game, I don't even know what to say anymore. If there's any Phillies fan on this planet that was not already panicking, I think that just about everyone is panicking right now because this is reminding me exactly of what happened to the Eagles. I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong, but this team just has a whole lot of problems right now. And the one thing I was thinking of that it's kind of funny. I mean, it's not really funny, but it's kind of ironic. Is like all season we were talking about how stacked our lineup was going to be when we were fully healthy, because first Trey Turner was out, then JT was out, and then we lost Bryce and Schwarber in the same week. We were like, man, if we can just get through this stretch, we were thinking the season's over. If they're out for any length of time, we're done. But they were only out for about like 10 days. But now we got everyone back. We have fully healthy. I mean, I think like we still got a couple injuries maybe, but nothing big. All of our big players, our big pieces are back, and we just can't win a game. I mean, we can't even beat the Marlins. This is the Marlins we're talking about. We can't even get a win. So, I mean, getting shut out, not a good sign. Can't hit the ball, can't score with runners in scoring position. So I'm worried, man. I mean, it might be time to start looking at Eagles football, and I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that.
Now, I can't let them off the hook and just run away from the pain and the failure, because that would be giving them a free pass here. So we have to make sure we stay with our foot on the gas and hold them accountable for this mess. And no, you're absolutely right about the lineup. When you miss Bryce for a little bit of time, remember we thought that hamstring when he was running it was his hamstring, wasn't it? When he was running down first base, whatever it was. Pretty sure it was his hamstring, wasn't it? Groin, hamstring, whatever. Regardless, when he made that sort of quick, gesture towards his knee, we're like, oh, come on, no! And Trey missed 6 weeks, and JT had the surgery, and Kyle Schwarber missed a little bit of time, and you're thinking, if they can just find a way to salvage this little stretch until they can get the pieces back in place, then we'll be all right. And here we have it. We have our men available, yet Brandon Marsh can't even make contact anymore. Bryson Stott is so damn overmatched. I'm begging Rob to put in Sosa. Now, really, I want Sosa to play because Trey Turner is abysmal defensively. That needs to be the move. Sosa just playing because there's a lefty on the mound or something, and I'm just making up a random hypothetical here. But if Sosa's in because he's a right-handed bat and they want to take Stott out because he's a struggling left-handed bat, that's not what I'm trying to do. I want it to be disappointing people. I want feelings to get hurt. I want these players to have to marinate in real pain, in real disgust, in real terrible feelings, because clearly they're not impacted as much as they need to be by just losing. Because I heard from the manager that they're more frustrated now than they were over the weekend. The Arizona Diamondbacks were making fun of you. They're playing A-O-A-O-K in the locker room. They're playing, dancing on their, like, they are literally laughing in your face and disrespecting you. You obviously weren't that angry about the weekend and the 4-6 10-game span away from CBP if you're more angry now than you were over that stretch. You guys were terrible. Terrible. You got blown out and your ass kicked after taking the first game in Arizona, and you should despise that team. So their mentality is a joke, a flat-out joke. We'll take one more and wrap it up.
You know, following this absolutely disgusting loss, to your point yesterday, something drastic needs to happen to get these guys to understand that they are not playing with any fire, that they are not doing their jobs on a day-to-day basis. And if that's something drastic, means having to move Schwarber down, like you said, or even bench the stars for a day or a series, just to give them an idea of how brutally awful it is to watch, it needs to be done. There's no way that we just got blown out in Arizona and we come back against the Miami Marlins and get absolutely shut out.
No, there's a way, dude. There's a way. You just saw it. We all just saw it. We all just witnessed it. And I don't even know if they can win tomorrow. I truly don't. I don't even know if they can win tomorrow at this rate. It doesn't even matter who's on the mound anymore. Why would it matter? You scored 0 runs. Tyler Phillips is pitching. Nothing like a Taijuan Walker, Tyler Phillips 1-2 in a 2-game set against the Marlins when you're playing your worst ball. I mean, seriously. And Cabrera, on the other hand, has a 5+ ERA. All right. So it means we got a chance. As long as Berger doesn't get a hold of one and take one to Mars. Oh, it's unbelievable. I'm done. I need to go to sleep. All right, everybody. I'm not going to sleep. You think I'm going to sleep? I'm going to watch the extended highlights twice. Just to feel more pain. God, I hate this team. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow.